My first memory of Barrington Coleman, I remember him walking into the choral rehearsal room and he looked just like Indiana Jones. I mean, top hat. My memory is that he had a leather jacket, he had the satchel going across the chest. Indiana Jones was coming to direct the Varsity Men's Glee Club.
Hi, my name is Kevin Weiland, Glee Clubber from 1991 to 1995. Practicing for this weekend's reunion concert has brought back a flood of memories that I thought I'd share. My first story is from my freshman year at the Dad's Day concert. I was having an incredible time in Glee Club by that point, but wasn't really convinced how much it would impact my college career until that day. I remember marching out of the Great Hall after the concert and seeing graduating senior and Glee Club president Dave Winnett cry like a little girl. My first thought was, what a wuss. He kept telling me how lucky I was to have 3 more years in club, and over time, he was right. But still, what a wuss, seriously. I think many of us alumni from 1968 through 1996 are here today because of our director, William Olson. He inspired, motivated, and entertained us more than words can describe. He cared passionately about us young men, our growth as musicians, and brotherhood. Scott Siscon spoke of Dean Olson during his later years. He said, "For a man who can't see, smell, or hear, he's a pretty good director." He was indeed. During one Glee Club road trip, we took a bus and 2 vans. And Dean Olson made the mistake of allowing one van to be of all other guys and the other van to be of all extension cords. Little did I realize that the other guys were not only amazing musicians, but expert marksmen. Traveling at 70 miles per hour on I-74, I saw the other guy's van pull slightly ahead of us in the left lane, with 2 of them hanging out the window on the passenger side. Before I even could guess what was about to happen, I saw 2 cream-filled Twinkies be launched in a perfect arc and smash on our front windshield. Of course, our next move was to turn on our windshield wipers. This smeared the cream all over the window. The wiper fluid then turned the cream into a sticky paste. Being that we all made it out without a major accident, this was a really funny memory for me.
Hi, my name's Brian Claricoats, and I was in the Varsity Men's Glee Club from 1973 to 1976. I was the president my last year in 75 to 76. And one of my favorite memories of the Glee Club is something I carried over from high school. When I was a kid, we used to go up, we'd have all the alumni back at Christmas time and we'd sing the Hallelujah Chorus. And my director was Bill Olson, who was an absolutely fantastic director and a wonderful man. And I talked him into doing the same thing in Glee Club, except inviting the alumni up for the Big Ten. So every time that happens, I'm like, yes, that was just so awesome. Glee Club meant so much to me. I've got friends to this day. They sang at my wedding. they're still good friends, and this is, almost 40 years later. But the other really neat thing was I was a chem ed major, so I was a high school teacher for 3 years. And I was kind of deciding that I wanted to do something else, so I was going to go back to school and get an MBA. And I called Bill Olson and said, Bill, if I came, no, I didn't say Bill. I never called him Bill. Mr. Olson, if I wanted to come back to U of I to get an advanced degree, could I sing in Glee Club? And he said, absolutely. After that, I did not apply anywhere else. It was Illinois. And it was because of Glee Club. It was because of Bill Olson. It was because of all my friends in Glee Club. So thanks for coming here this weekend and to celebrate our 125th anniversary with us. And it's been absolutely wonderful. Thanks.
If I had to pick one moment that was the epitome of that trip, but really my entire experience in Glee Club. It was a night when myself and about 15 other guys were at the Eiffel Tower. If you've ever been there before, there's a large, it's almost like the quad, but there's big grass areas right next to the Eiffel Tower that you can sit on. And people were just sitting, and a group of us were together, and vendors come through and sell bottles of wine, which you can imagine, a group of about 20 young guys in Paris, and we did imbibe on occasion, we had our wine right next to the Eiffel Tower at night. It's all lit up just behind us, and we just started singing. I mean, nobody. It wasn't pre-planned. We just we started singing, and it was almost an impromptu concert, and people were watching us and enjoying the music we were making. And the people that were there with me that night were my best friends. And it was just, the weather was great, the setting was great, the company was great, and it was probably the best time I've ever had in Glee Club, and one of the best times of my life. And beyond that moment, Glee Club has just been a lot. It's meant a lot. I remember auditioning for Dr. Coleman. I remember my first rehearsal and hearing the sound. It was the first time that I ever sang with an all-male choir, and it was the first time that I didn't have to hear the annoying sounds of an alto or a soprano. It was pretty memorable.
Varsity Men's Glee Club, a tradition, long-standing, fun, spontaneous, challenging, quirky, frightening, uplifting, inspirational, through tough times, through good times, a breath of fresh air. It's been a great ride, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. It's great to steer. Varsity Men's Glee Club.